Hey, good morning, everybody. My name's Anthony. Thanks for coming to Bible study with me. Let's start off with some prayer. Father, I thank you so much for today. I pray that you can open our hearts, open our minds to receive what you have for us, Lord. I pray that you guide me through this Bible study. Let your words come through me. Let your will be done here, not mine. Lord, I thank you and I praise you, and I lift up your holy, wonderful, precious name. Amen. All right. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, we had a good weekend. Yesterday we put up our Christmas tree, so it's up right there. We're a blended family, and so we wait until we can get all four of the kids. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, we got it up yesterday. Looks pretty good. The cats are enjoying taking the ornaments off the bottom like they normally do. Luckily, we don't have cats that will climb it, so that's good. But any of the ornaments on the bottom, they think are free game. They think it's for their enjoyment. Um, yeah, so I woke up with 3 or 4 ornaments on the ground this morning. Okay. We're going to start off in God's Promises. It's just a little book that categorizes different Bible verses into the category. And this is going to be in the section Answered Prayer. Okay. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. For anyone who receives and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks it will be opened. Matthew 7:7 and 8. And whatever things you ask in prayer, believing you will receive. Matthew 21:22. Again, excuse me. Again, I say to you that if 2 of you agree on earth concerning anything that they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. For whoever, for wherever, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst with them. Matthew 18:19 and 20. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Sorry, I almost forgot to read the address on that one. That is Psalms 37:4. If you abide in me, and my word abides in you, you will ask what you desire, and it shall be done for you. John 15:7. So, prayer, asking God for stuff. There's a lot of Bible verses about it will be answered. You will get what you ask for, stuff like that. But that last verse I read, which is John 15:7, if you abide in me and my word abides in you. So, if you seek him to have a relationship with him, that's when you can get the supernatural answered prayers, essentially. Um, couple of months ago. I know I've mentioned it in past videos, but my youngest son's like, God's not a genie, and he's not. You don't just rub the Bible and poof, you get a wish. You you need to abide in the Lord. You need to have a relationship with the Lord. Um, it's a two-way street. If that two-way street is open and not under construction or not closed down, I know in certain parts of the country that seems like that's always the case. Um, we got both cats under the tree right now. Um, so you need to have a relationship with the Lord in order to have full access to the answered prayer to the level that the Bible is promising we have. We just have to access that through the relationship. Now, does that mean that when you do have a relationship, every prayer is going to be a yes? Probably not. That would be naive for me to say yes, and I can't promise that because I'm not God, right? Um, but when you're doing God's will and you have that open relationship with Him, you have dialogue between Him and you. I'm betting the percentage of answered prayers are going to be way higher than the people that say they're Christians and then just go to church on Sundays. We'll just leave it at that. All right. Excuse me. All right. Going back into Revelations. Excuse me. Revelations 12. And we're going to pick back up in verse 10. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now the salvation and the now the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ have come. For the accuser of our brethren has been thrown down. Okay, so that would be Satan, who accuses them before our God day and night. I would assume it's Satan. And they overcame him because of the blood of the Lamb and because of the word of their testimony, and they did not love their life even in death. For this reason, reject, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the earth and the seas, because the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, knowing that he has only a short time. So, that right there's, we're within that short time. Right? Satan was cast out of heaven with his angels. I've mentioned this before. Jesus got the deed for earth when he rose from the death, or rose from the dead. There we go. I can words this morning. But he hasn't collected yet. So Satan is the king of this domain right now, and he doesn't like us for a lot of reasons. And one of the many reasons, is we are made in God's image. So but he also understands it's a spiritual battle, not a physical battle like you know, physically seeing things. It's a spiritual, which is here, as we, just like God, we are a um, holy holy moly, um, a trinity. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. So our body, our mind, and our spirit, mind, and body. Um, so we're a trinity as well. So picking back up in verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was thrown down to earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. And the two wings of the great eagle were given to the woman in order that she might fly into the wilderness to her place where she was nourished for a time and times and a half a time. So that is 3.5 years. Earlier in the chapter, a couple of days ago when we read this, it said like 1,200. See if I can find it real fast. 1,260 days, and I said, I think that's 3.5 years. So now I lost my spot. Time, okay, so a time times and a half a time, that is 3.5 years. Um, all right, so picking back up in verse 15. And the serpent poured water like a river out of his mouth after the woman, so that so that he might cause her to be swept away like the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and drank up the water which the dragon poured out of its mouth. And the dragon was enraged with the woman and went off to make war with the rest of her offspring, who kept the commandments of God and held to the testimony of Jesus. So a lot of the Bible, you've got different types of stories, right? You've got things that Jesus spoke in parables. Um, you got stories that are probably just stories and not like there's essentially a hidden meaning behind them, right? I believe that revelation is actual stuff that is going to happen. Um, like there really was a battle in heaven, and Satan really was cast down. There really was a woman that gave birth that Satan pursued, just like this. Um, Now, part of me doesn't necessarily think that it all has to happen on Earth, though. Too, this could have happened um, in the spiritual world. I mean, there's a lot of different ways this could have happened, but I believe that this either already happened or will happen. The the stars lining up, though, that was pretty cool. When I learned about that, I wasn't into eschatology at that time in 2017, so I got to learn about that years later, which was this year. So, anyways, we are going to go ahead and end it. And love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day.